How long does my workers' compensation case take? My name is Jim Asfel. I'm a board-certified Connecticut workers' compensation attorney in Farmington, Connecticut. That's a question we get asked a lot, and unfortunately, like so many things in the law, there's not a particular answer. Workers' compensation case is different than other kinds of personal injury cases. There's a start, obviously. There's the date that you became hurt or became ill on the job, and that's when your workers' compensation case begins. When your case ends, however, is up for a lot of variation. A lot of that's going to depend on how long it takes for you to heal, what sort of treatment you need, and the basic medical delays that we see going through any kind of personal injury case. Another factor that affects how long your workers' compensation case takes is going to be whether or not the case is accepted or not. If your employer disputes the fact that you got hurt on the job, then obviously it's going to take some time to work through those issues, either through litigation or negotiation, and that's going to add some time as well. Typically, the case is going to run at least a year, I would imagine, between when you get hurt, going through the procedures, healing, and then getting to a point where your doctor feels you're at maximum medical improvement and gives you a permanent partial disability rating. You're as good as you're going to get, and that permanency is paid out. The issue then becomes your case is still technically open at that point. Unlike a car accident case, your workers' compensation case doesn't have to end. In fact, your workers' compensation case won't end so long as you're still working for the employer at which you were injured. So in other words, they're not going to settle a case with you. They're not going to close it out on a full and final basis if you're still working there. So theoretically, your workers' compensation case could remain open for 15 or 20 years if you continue to stay at the same employer. Conversely, if you leave that employer, you decide, I don't want to work here anymore, it's too dangerous, or I'm physically unable to continue with the job, then at that point, once you've attained maximum medical improvement and we have a reasonably good idea what the future is going to hold for you in terms of medical treatment, then we can negotiate a settlement taking into account those factors, and you can close out your workers' compensation case. So I wish I had a more definitive answer for you, but there's no rule as to how long a workers' compensation case is going to take. Typically, to get through the process, to get the claim filed, to get you to the treatment, and to get you to a medical endpoint, typically I would estimate that you're running in the 9 to 12 month range, depending on how seriously you're injured. If, again, you're remaining at the employer, the case is then going to remain open indefinitely after that point. If you are no longer at the employer, that's when a settlement would become available to you. So if you've got questions about that, and obviously everybody's situation is different, I would be more than happy to talk to you about that. We're in Farmington. You can call us anytime, 860-523-8783. You can check out our website, www.aspmellaw.com. There's a lot of good information there. We also have a Facebook group, Ask a Connecticut Workers' Compensation Attorney. You can post a question there, and we will respond to you individually. If you like this video or found it helpful, please feel free to give us a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. We try to drop content on a regular basis on Connecticut workers' compensation topics. And if there's anything in particular you'd like me to address, feel free to set that out in the comments, and I'd be happy to make a video on that as well. Okay? Stay safe. Hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.